Arlen and I both grew up with Angus families. You know, his granddad and his dad, and then him. And then we met in college and went to South Dakota State. Got started, you know, we were both smart kids that just got out of college, so we of course knew everything. So we moved down here in 1976, and Arlen went to work for a fledgling Angus outfit at the time. We were able to build up a few cows of our own, and that got completely independent of any other organizations and just had our own A and B cattle. We have 2 children, Adam and Jessica, and they were very involved with Junior Angus. Jessica in particular she was on the National Junior Board and so forth. And so we went to a lot of junior nationals. Adam kind of went a different route. We high school rodeoed with him, which was also a lot of fun.
I remember my mother saying, "You're going to go to college for 4 years before you're going to come back here," and I'm sure glad she did. And then after that, I went into worked in banking for about 7 years. And even during that time, I'd always had a passion for coming home and being a part of the operation. And in 2019, when my folks and I kind of sat down and discussed the opportunity of doing so, it was really kind of a dream come true. I walked out of a banker's uniform right into a set of muck boots for about the next 5 months because we had one of the worst winters we'd ever had. But there was never a question in my mind where I wanted to be at. There's kind of a saying in this part of the world, when you get sand in your shoes, you never really can get it out.
We were very intrigued by embryo technology. Arlen was always interested in being abreast of all the latest bloodlines. I think we embraced the DNA testing early on.
We've always got to be looking for the new technologies and all the tools available to us, not only as Angus breeders, but just as cattlemen in general. We're reaching point in times where input costs and everything else are at levels that make it a challenge to operate.
One of Arlen's favorite sayings was, when I get up every morning and look in the mirror, I've got to think I'm just going to get better today.
In 2019, when my father passed away, I had the advice of a really good friend of ours that said, you know, it's not going to be tough, son. You stick your head down and keep going, and you'll get through it just fine. But he said, no road's going to be easy between here and there. And my parents have been very fortunate to be a part of a breed and organization that not only got to the forefront in a time when they moved to this part of the world, and it was covered with red cows with white faces, and now it's a sea of black.
I was just so humbled and honored by it, and it's just really a blessing. I never anticipated this in a million years, because I always looked at the people that are in the foundation as being the elite of the breed, the movers and the shakers, the great breeders. It's quite humbling.
My father was a director on the board of directors of the American Angus Association. That was something he enjoyed very thoroughly and took very seriously, and did it with future generations in mind. How the decisions that you make today are going to affect people 15 or 20 years down the road. I really believe my father embraced that, and he wanted there to be an American Angus Association and a Angus cattle around for his grandsons to be able to raise and sell as well.